Hi, my name's Craig Marshall. I'm the CFO for GoGet Carshare. The challenges we face at GoGet are around being it's a dynamic, growing company. I mean, we've been growing at about 30% a year for the last 3 years. We've got about 2,000 cars in place at the moment, with about 25% of that being corporate, in terms of corporate using us as a fleet alternative. But we have a lot of opportunities coming across our desk every day. And for us, with a scarce resources, which I think most people do have, is learning to assign the right resources to the right project, and it's kind of being able to identify at the right time where those resources should land in order to generate a return on investment for us. I believe that other businesses face very similar challenges to what we have been facing. There's a rule of thumb out there that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your customers, and for a lot of businesses is to try and understand who those 20% are and make sure that you're resourcing appropriately to those 20% in order to achieve the best return on investment for them. I think an online forum is useful in terms of being able to tap into that information when you need it and not having to set specific time aside for that. You might be sitting after hours and kind of coming up with these solutions, and be able to tap into that resource at that time. It's going to be very beneficial rather than a set period of time where you have to try and get out the office and make time for it. It's quite difficult at stages. We achieve the best results in terms of investment for GoGet is when we can meet the supply from the customers and the corporate sector with the supply of cars. If we get that wrong, then there's an underutilization or an overutilization. Both are bad for us. So I think we've managed to achieve an art form in terms of trying to match those two together, and we spend a lot of time on that. When I need to make tough decisions at GoGet, I normally bounce off some of the other senior people who've been here a lot longer than me, because they'll have experience and they'll have insight that potentially I don't. But outside of that, I normally bounce off ex-colleagues that I've worked with in previous organisations that I trust, to get some sort of feedback. Being able to connect with the right people at the right time to make important decisions in a small dynamic business like ours is critical. So a forum like Executive Insight is really beneficial to us, where we can leverage off people's experiences, but obviously at the same time share our experiences back into that forum.